Grand Theft Auto 5 had 2 street gangs, a biker club, a Mexican cartel, a Chinese triad, a private military company, and 3 protagonists who mostly ignored all of them. The Ballas and the families existed in the background. The Lost MC showed up for a few missions and then Trevor wiped them out. The Aztecas, the Vagos, the Korean mob, they were there, but they never felt like they controlled anything. They were set dressing with guns. Grand Theft Auto 6 is building something completely different. Based on trailers, leaked debug menus, official Rockstar descriptions, and community analysis, the state of Leonida has at least 7 confirmed or strongly evidenced criminal factions, each with its own territory, its own economy, its own visual identity, and its own relationship to the story. These are not background gangs. These are power structures, and every single one of them is going to affect how Jason and Lucia move through the world. So today, I am breaking down every confirmed gang in Grand Theft Auto 6, what they control, who leads them, where they operate, and what it means when you inevitably step on their territory. Let us start with the most detailed gang Rockstar has revealed. The final chapter, Motorcycle Club. Based in Ambrosia, the industrial sugar town in central Leonida, the final chapter MC is an outlaw biker gang that has been running the region since 1982. Their logo is a hooded skeleton opening a book with the letters MC inside it, a death figure reading the final page. Their name is not subtle. Final chapter, end of the story, last stop. And based on their cutoff patches visible in trailer footage, the club has a formal hierarchical structure. One member has an enforcer tag on his jacket, which in real-world motorcycle club culture is the rank responsible for internal discipline and violence. He is also wearing a Liberty City Cycles cap, which manufactures the Avarice bikes the club rides. GTA Base confirmed that their aesthetics echo the real-world Bandidos Motorcycle Club, while their regional presence is inspired by the Warlocks Motorcycle Club, an actual outlaw biker gang operating in Florida. Rockstar's official description says it plainly. The Allied Crystal Sugar Refinery provides the jobs, while the local biker gang provides almost everything else. Everything else. Drugs, guns, protection, enforcement, and probably the only entertainment within 50 miles. If you need something in Ambrosia that Allied Crystal does not sell, you go to the final chapter. And if you go to the final chapter, you owe the final chapter. San For San is the second confirmed gang, and it might have the richest cultural backstory of any faction Rockstar has ever created. San For San is a Haitian street gang operating out of La Perle, which is Grand Theft Auto 6's version of Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. The name comes from Haitian Creole. San means blood. San For. San translates to blood for blood, or an eye for an eye. That is their operating philosophy in 3 words. The real-world inspiration is Zoe Pound, a Haitian-American street gang active in South Florida that has been a major force in Miami's criminal landscape for decades. San For San first appeared in the 2022 leaked debug menus, where their name was listed multiple times across world event entries. Then, in Trailer 1, a man wearing an S4S chain appeared at a customized car meetup, and in Trailer 2, Jason drives past a Haitian-themed mural on a derelict warehouse in La Perle with the graffiti S4SLIFE clearly visible on the wall. Blue bandanas appear on several NPCs in the same area, matching the color worn by the Haitian gang in the original 2002 Vice City. The GTA Wiki noted that San For San shares a name similar to Sound for Sound, a record label based in Vice City, implying a possible connection between the gang and the music industry. So you have a gang that runs the streets and might also be running a record label. That is Vice City in one sentence. And that San For San connection to the original Vice City is worth sitting with for a moment. In the 2002 game, the Haitians and the Cubans were the 2 dominant street factions. They controlled Little Haiti and Little Havana, respectively, and Tommy Vercetti played them against each other for profit. Those gangs were simple, color-coded, hostile on sight, no names beyond their nationalities. Grand Theft Auto 6 is doing something fundamentally different with the same cultural template. San For San is not just the Haitians. They have a name with linguistic meaning. They have a neighborhood with murals and cultural identity. They have a graffiti tag that shows up across multiple trailers. They have a connection to a record label. They have members wearing identifiable jewelry. Rockstar took a faction that was essentially a shooting target in 2002 and turned them into a culture. That is not just a graphical upgrade. That is a philosophical one. And if the Cuban-inspired gangs get the same treatment, which the red bandana sightings in trailer footage suggest they might, then Grand Theft Auto 6's gang landscape is going to be one of the most culturally detailed crime worlds any game has ever built. PTT Youngin Dollars is the 3rd confirmed faction, and it is the only one directly tied to gameplay through the Ultimate Edition. Rockstar's description says that to access the PTT Youngin illegal goods store, you have to raid the compound of one of Southside Vice City's loudest and most socially active gangs and escape safely. Two things stand out here. First, loudest and most socially active means this gang has a public presence. They are on social media, they are visible, they are not hiding in a warehouse somewhere. They are the kind of gang that posts videos of their operations online and dares anyone to do something about it. Second, you have to raid their compound, not buy from them, not negotiate with them, raid them. That is an aggressive mission structure that positions PTT Young in Dollars as an enemy faction from the start. You are not doing business with these people. You are kicking down their door and taking their inventory, and that probably means they are going to come looking for you afterward. The Guardia brothers are the most mysterious of the leaked factions. Their name appeared in the 2022 debug menus alongside San For San and the final chapter MC, but almost no additional information has surfaced since then. EZG's Gang Breakdown speculated that the Guardia brothers could be a Cuban or Colombian cartel-connected organization based on the name structure, which follows the pattern of Latin American crime families using a family name as the brand. Think the Madrazo family from Grand Theft Auto 5 or the O'Neill brothers from Trevor's storyline. If the Guardia brothers are a cartel family operating inside Leonida, they would fill the high-level drug trafficking role that the game's Key and Port regions are clearly designed to support. Brian Hedder's smuggling operation in the Keys is moving product for someone. The Guardia brothers could be that someone. Now let me move into the factions that are not named on a patch or a chain, but are confirmed through trailer analysis and official descriptions. The Maddox Syndicate is what Left Down Right Up calls the clean-suited villain faction of downtown Vice City. They operate from the gleaming high-rises of the financial district and deal in money laundering, real estate fraud, and high-level drug distribution. These are not street-level criminals. These are the people who own the buildings that street-level criminals operate out of. They wear suits, they have lawyers, and they probably have a direct line to whoever is running the conspiracy that stretches across Leonida. If San For San represents the streets and the final chapter MC represents the highways, the Maddox Syndicate represents the boardrooms. And in a game where money laundering through legitimate businesses is rumored to be a core mechanic, the Maddox Syndicate could be the faction that controls the entire laundering pipeline. The Leonida cartel is the drug pipeline. Operating through the ports, the coastline, and the isolated keys, they move product from South America into the state using speedboats, fishing vessels, and whatever Brian Heder marina can fit through the Coast Guard's blind spots. Multiple trailer scenes show drug-laden boats and warehouse operations that point to a massive cartel presence in the southern half of the map. This is not a small operation. This is an infrastructure-level smuggling network with routes stretching across international borders. And Jason, who lives rent-free in a house owned by a man who runs boats for this cartel, is sitting right in the middle of it from day one. The far-right militia is one of the most controversial factions identified in the 2022 leak. Their name appeared in the debug menus, alongside other gang entries, and they are reportedly associated with the Mount Caliga area in the northern part of the map. Given that Rockstar's official description of Mount Caliga references paranoid radicals living far from the prying eyes of the government, it is not hard to connect those dots. Florida has a well-documented history of far-right extremist groups, survivalist compounds, and anti-government militias operating in rural areas. If Rockstar follows its tradition of satirizing American culture through gameplay, the militia could function as both an antagonist faction and a source of dark comedy. Imagine a mission where you infiltrate a compound full of conspiracy theorists who are stockpiling weapons for a war that is never coming. And the hardest part is not the firefight, but listening to their monologue about chemtrails while you crack their safe. Below the militias, there is another layer of criminal activity in the northern wilderness that does not have a gang name, but absolutely has a presence. Left Down Right Up described a loose collection of rural criminals operating in the swamps and backwoods of Leonida, running moonshine operations, illegal gator hunting, and contract muscle work for hire. These are not organized in the way the final chapter MC is organized. They do not have patches or logos. They are just people who live off the grid, break the law because there is nobody around to enforce it, and will shoot anyone who wanders onto their property uninvited. The Thrillbilly Mud Club, which appears in Trailer 1 as an off-road motorsports event in a muddy field, is probably connected to this rural criminal ecosystem, and the 2022 leaked world events list included entries for illegal animal fights, underground cage matches, and something called Farm Monster Man, which nobody has been able to explain but almost certainly lives somewhere in this northern wilderness. If the final chapter MC is the organized crime of rural Leonida, these people are the unorganized crime, and they might be more dangerous because they answer to nobody. And then there are the factions that are not street gangs at all. Brian Heeder's smuggling network operates out of the Leonida Keys and functions as a quasi-legitimate business through the boatyard. Booby Ike's empire runs through the Jack of Hearts strip club in Crosstown, the only raw record studio with Draquan Priest and a cocaine pipeline that funds the whole thing. Raul Bautista runs an independent heist crew that pulls Jason and Lucia into increasingly dangerous bank robberies. These are not gangs in the traditional sense. They are criminal enterprises run by named characters with personal relationships to the protagonists. And that is what makes Grand Theft Auto 6's faction system feel so different from Grand Theft Auto 5. The Ballas were an organization. Booby Ike is a person. You are not fighting a color, you are fighting a man who bought you a drink last Tuesday. The prison factions are worth mentioning separately because they represent an entirely different kind of gang encounter. In the trailer footage showing Lucia's time in Leonida Penitentiary, IGGM identified figures in the background who appear to be organized into distinct groups, suggesting prison gang activity. If the tiered consequence system includes actual prison sequences for major felonies, these factions would become temporary antagonists during your time inside. You would need to navigate alliances, avoid conflicts, and potentially choose sides between rival inmate groups, all while trying to serve your time or find a way out. That is a completely separate gang ecosystem operating inside a building you never want to visit but might have to. So what does all of this mean for gameplay? In Grand Theft Auto 5, gangs were obstacles. You drove through their territory, they shot at you, and you shot back. The relationship was binary, enemy or not enemy, Grand Theft. Auto 6 is building something closer to a faction reputation system where your actions in one territory affect how you are treated in another. Step on the final chapter. MC's business in Ambrosia, and word travels. Help San for San with a job in La Pearl, and maybe their connections in the music industry open a door for Draquan Priest's label. Rob a Maddox Syndicate property in downtown Vice City, and suddenly the clean-suited lawyers are sending people to your safe house. Every gang controls something. Every relationship has a cost, and Jason and Lucia, who start the game with nothing, are going to have to decide very early which factions they work with, which ones they steal from, and which ones they are willing to go to war against. Grand Theft Auto 6 has at least 7 confirmed or strongly evidenced criminal factions, 3 character-led criminal enterprises, an unknown number of prison gangs, and a constellation of expected organizations including a Colombian cartel, Cuban-inspired crews, and additional motorcycle clubs. That is more criminal diversity in one state than Grand Theft Auto 5 had in an entire county, and every single one of them is connected to a region, a character, and an economy that the player will interact with across 5 chapters. Leonida is not a map, it is a territory dispute, and you are standing in the middle of it with an empty bank account and a partner who just got out of prison. November 19th, 2026. Pick your side carefully.